Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Let's Stay Gamers, and welcome. So today we're in the world of Medieval Engineers to take a look at the latest update, and this update sure does bring some rather interesting features to the table. So as I come around here, I've got this large house under construction. That's going to be a little bit of a bar on this side, and you can see we've got these sort of strange stick-like constructions. Now these are the foundations for the new building sort of system. So if I bring up my tab and I decide that I want to place a window at this next point here, so we're going to look for where it's placeable and scroll that around, so we don't actually press Z, so it's actually placeable within blocks. And as you can see, as we click that down, it's actually built myself a little window frame. But you're probably wondering, how do I get it past that stage and get it like the rest of the walls around here? Well, that's really cool. We actually bring up this menu and we go to the character tools, and we have a hammer for building, and we have a hammer for deconstruction, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Now if I go back up to the wall, you can see what it requires, and I will start building by hitting the right mouse button. So you can see the 20%, 37% is building up in process. You've got a construction stage, so I'm adding the foundations to the wall, and there we go. Let's build it up another wall here. So as I circle around here, you can see me hitting that. Now say that you didn't want this wall in this location, we could always switch to another tool. So we switch to 7, and we right mouse button again, and it actually starts to deconstruct this wall down. Now this process takes quite a bit of time, because imagine if someone was attacking your castle, you don't want them to deconstruct your wall. Of course different materials are going to take a different amount of time, and I'll show you what happens when you scrap something. So if we hit that, you can see it normally results to the base materials in a sort of rubbly sort of form. It doesn't come back out as the exact thing, so whoever's disassembling it are not very careful, because you won't get your logs back. You'll get a load of messy timber and whatever surplus is available. Now let's actually have a look at something a little bit more complicated. Now I want to place a staircase over here. So I'm going to place a staircase over here, and you can see that it only requires 6 wood. So let's actually try building that up for the moment. But I've hit the left mouse button by mistake, and this means that this has actually been destroyed. It's been fractured. It's no longer working. You can see fractured block large. So it means that I can't do anything with it now, because I decided to hit it and it's damaged beyond repair. And if I continue to hit it, it'll actually disappear and I'll be able to rebuild in that location. Now what this really brings to the table as well is this system. Is if I come over here and say I want to build a doorway in this part of my house, I can just move that over here and we'll place the doorway. So we place it somewhere around there. That'll be fine. You see that the doorway's been placed over here. And now if I attempt to build this again with number 6 and right mouse button, you'll notice that I don't actually have the supplies that are required to build it. So I'm just hitting it, nothing's happened. And you can see the 0 bar on the far right of the available resources. So that means actually to bring the supplies over here. So we're going to need 3 scrap wood and 2 timber. So we could do it the original way by grabbing the hand tool like this, or we could obviously load it up. So for this moment, we'll just bring over the supplies we need into the house. So you can just imagine how more immersive this is into your building sort of scenario. Especially if you want to build a very big item, you're going to need carts and supplies full of it. So I've actually got a barrel around this side that we can fill up with some wood chips. So I'll place that there for the instance, and we'll grab some wood chips, and we're going to press T to load them into the top. So there we go, there's 1. There is 2. Let's try grabbing that. And there is 3. Let's put a 4th one in for extra measure just in case. And now there's 4 in. We should be able to take this barrel over. So we'll pick the barrel up and we'll carry it off into the barn. So now we've got all the supplies we actually need to build. It should take the supplies out of that barrel automatically. So let's go to 6 on the menu, and you can see the available supplies. And we'll start to actually build that up with the right mouse button, and we can build up the process. There we go, beautiful. Let's continue to build this up. Gotta hit this door hard. Let me double check that it's emptied all that. So it's built half the construction. I'm going to see if I need to empty this out. Let's have a look. And Shift T. I've dropped the wood out the side, and we'll continue to hit this panel and see if we can build it up. There we go. Oh, oh no, I'm deconstructing. Am I deconstructing or constructing here? Oh god, Aaron, pay attention. It seems like I'm deconstructing that. Why? How am I deconstructing it? I'm using both tools. What the hell's going on? It seems like both tools then for the moment deconstructed this actual construction, so we'll place another doorway and see if it was just user error or it was some sort of strange bug. So just collected up the supplies and put them in a neat pile here this time, just to see if I confused it a little bit with that crate. And we're going to right click on the doorway and it should just build up. Yeah, there we go, it's working fine. It must have been user error on my behalf because it's building up half wide like that. And then I come to the other side and it builds it back down. What is this? What is this madness? Maybe we've run out of timber. Maybe we need some more timber. If we continue to click that and we bring some more timber over here. So we've got one, and let's bring a second one over. I'm sure I filled up the amount of timber required, or maybe the different stages of construction require more or less timber to actually build it. So there we go. We'll hit that with the right. Okay, it's building it back up now. There we go. Well, let's build it full. Ah, so it means that it requires more timber for the different stages of construction. So it looked like it required 4 in total, like the actual block looks like it requires. So we've got 2 on the side and 1 on top. Really interesting. That is something to bear in mind when you're building. So the next thing I want to show you is objects gaining weight when you place items in them. So you can see here, I've got this barrel. I can push it along, but I cannot pick it up at the current moment in time. But if I shift T it and empty all the rocks out, I can pick the barrel back up because it's light enough. And if I actually grab a rock and place it in the barrel, you can see that I can't pick it up because now the barrel is too heavy for its total weight. And this is a really good demonstration of this. If I bring this rock over here, I've built a little bit of a measurement machine, and if I just place this somehow in this barrel, I think I can grab access to the top point without turning it off. Oh, maybe I can't. Maybe it's like a bit of a seesaw. There we go. So if we place 1 stone in this barrel, if I can, come on, place. There we go. You can see how the weight of that causes that side to dramatically drop down. So if I grab myself another rock and try to balance this weight out, we'll see if it works. We can build ourselves a little bit of a trampoline sort of balancing act. The other thing that I've noticed, if you turn too fast with the objects, and I think this is quite realistic, that you drop the objects as well, but at the same time it can be a bit annoying. You can see as a turn it drops out of my hands, but I think this has always been something in the game. Now we're heading back over to the barrel, and let's see if we can actually place this in here, if we can. Oh no, I might have completely broken it. Oh damn it. Because you can see as the rock I'm actually holding in my hand is actually contacting. So I've hit that. This should technically balance the weight out. Okay. So it looks like that side just had more momentum, or that weight rock was actually not calculated correctly and was heavier. So the rock in this one might have been a bit heavier in that one, but still it's very cool to actually have a look at. We'll just jump and hit that with a red. There you go. So it's actually balancing itself out and it's moving over to that side. It's really cool adding weight to objects. I can't wait till they add a few more features and they allow us to build up all the blocks, but they said that they're allowing us to do that in the future. So I can't wait, and I can't wait to see what I'm going to be messing around with, building some manual sort of construction designs.